Going live in 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Welcome to the R-CADE News Podcast! I don't know.
That's too much energy. Hello, welcome to another Tuesday. Welcome to another #SendNudes podcasts with us, the lovely cast of characters at R-CADE Glasgow.
Hello. Hello.
This is our first real podcasting where we have our different setup.
I guess so. Different setup though.
Different setup in terms of like structure, not in terms
Yeah,
of
so tonight we're gonna change things up a bit. We're gonna add in a few new things that we haven't done before.
Au revoir.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Just saying bye to some customers. So yeah, we're gonna add in a few new things. Lol says Sean. Thanks Sean. Sean says lol. And we've got Brian said thought is started at 6 PM. Thought is started at 6 PM. I would be insulted if you could actually type properly, Brian, but boom.
Just a quick heads up, this is our first week of our proper structure, which includes our featured streamer section, which is why there's a man in a mask behind me.
There's this guy.
Hi.
This is Chaos Monkey.
Hello.
We'll be talking about Chaos Monkey later on.
But he'll also be just chilling out with his alarm going off.
Sorry, no.
Yeah, he's like being in cinemas and his phone goes off, right?
Just chilling out, talking to us about the topics that we've got, which starts with...
Should we do it? Gaming news! Look at the gaming news, okay. So, Sam, you prepared some gaming news for us today. I think it's this screen here that's coming up.
I mean, that was going to be my last one because it's a big hitter.
I know, we have that, yeah.
Okay, we'll just talk about this.
No, we'll go back. There we go. So, we're starting with...
A blank screen.
A blank screen is loading. Awesome.
Blank
Yeah, we're so professional here.
There we go.
Sam, your news.
That's on the screen.
It's on the screen.
This basically sums it up quite well. Several, not necessarily big name, but key employees with Infinity Ward, the company for those who aren't necessarily up to date with what makes what. They've been most well known recently for Call of Duty games in the recent
Call of
past.
Duty, Modern Warfare.
Those sorts of
in the
things.
past. Black Ops is always done by Treyarch.
Yeah, so all the Modern Warfare have been done by them.
Yeah.
Several of their employees have left and are starting to know their new game development company, which is going to be RPG-based gaming content, and it's called Winterborn Games. The first one is going to be based on their new director, who was previously a technician at Infinity Ward. It was a tabletop/board game that he invented when he was a child, and he basically says that he's always wanted to finish it. It hasn't really got a chance for 10 years and feels like it'll be a good game. There's not a huge amount of information other than that. Just that they've transitioned to this new company. They're really excited about it, and it's just a good thing for all gamers, particularly if you like RPGs.
Cool. Oh, Brian, don't. He's already started. Yeah, sorry, Jukes. I had two mics on for some reason, so I have taken the echo is gone. Hopefully, we had an echo on for a minute because I, for some reason, duplicated the microphone. So should be sorted now. Brian asks, indeed, how would communism work if done successfully?
Oh, well,
Every
that's
single
not.
time.
It's not a Q&A episode.
We'll
so.
cover that sometime this year. I think I'm going to do an entire podcast just on communism.
I don't think we can suitably cover it with an anarchist behind me.
Oh, me!
Yeah.
The guy with the face mask.
No, so yeah, going back to the story, as it says on the screen, it says the Gamble, the fella you were talking about, he's been wanting to finish telling this story for 12 years, but he's been too busy making Call of Duties. Or Call of Duty.
What a shame.
I know, right?
Too busy making money.
Making loads and loads of money.
Well, that's unfair. That studio makes lots of money.
No, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully...
It'll be interesting to see what the final concept is.
Yeah,
as a first game, it's a bit of a jump.
Hopefully Winterborn...
it's a cool logo. Don't like the name. Cool logo.
I like the logo. You don't like the name though, do you? Not a big fan.
Don't think it's good enough. I think it works for an RPG
It
studio.
just reminds me of like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. It works for the RPG genre, role-playing genre. But it's if they wanted to expand into any other sort of game.
Yeah, I think they're pigeonholing themselves a little too early.
The fact that, again, the same with this headline, but most of the headlines are referencing them as an RPG studio, which, like I say, is a bit consolidated.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see
But
what the future holds for them.
no real information aside from they've done this. Basically, there's no setup, there's no gameplay, there's no nothing. It's just something to look into in the future.
But
Very
so
interesting.
yeah, looking forward to see what they come up with. Anyway, moving on. Next on your list of musings.
List of musings for the gaming of musings for
the
this
gaming of
podcastings from the arcadings.
is Fallout 76.
People are playing the game,
Wow.
and now they've been punished for playing the game.
Wow. I'm not using an ad blocker. I don't know what you're talking about. Go away.
Which is basically that. So some players on PC use a third-party source to get into a room within Fallout 76 known as the developer room, which basically contained bare bones versions of everything in the game, including as yet unreleased content.
Correct.
Which means that some players had an unfair advantage over others by getting access to this content, and as a result Bethesda have given temporary single-day bans to those people that accessed it, and they're urging anyone who may have been affected by this to get in contact. As you can see from this video that's playing at the moment, it is not very fleshed out, and it is basically just to see how the game would
Yeah,
work.
it's just a background room where the developers were using the space to sort of work on stuff that they were going to be developing for later on, but obviously with PC they've managed to get in and access it. Unfortunately, I still think this is going to make up for the fact that it's just a terrible game.
I mean, it's not intended to make up anyway, because it's a case of, like, it's just not working for them. It's a game that people aren't interested in playing.
Why did you stop that guy?
I don't know, because he was in the development.
When I first played Fallout 76, I was expecting like this really good thing, and I was like, no, it's not as good. I hate it so much.
Yeah, it's just Fallout 4, but crap. And Fallout 4 was already pretty crap. So, yeah, I don't really want to talk about Fallout 76 anymore because
It's just my one opportunity a week to mention Robert.
That's I was gonna say, yeah, 'cause we're gonna trigger Robert, who's one of our regulars. He knows the game pretty well.
I just think
Spent so much money on it.
it's fair. It's their right as the people who made the game to have all of this stuff and react in such a way. I don't think people should get mad at it.
No.
On either side of it, because on one hand they have put it in the game, so it's fair game for anyone who's purchased the game to be able to go and look at it if they find a way to. But at the same time, it's against the policies of the game.
So we've had a comment from, I think it was Gengar, I believe, or known as Thea Later. Thea Later. On Twitch saying there's rumours that Fallout 76 was going to go free to play.
How does that help anyone?
I don't think there's any confirmation of that yet. I've been keeping up with that just in the background, and I've not seen anything specific about Fallout 76 going free to play. So there's rumours. With the way the game has been taken by the public, I think it will have to happen.
But what does that? That doesn't help them.
No, but I mean,
it just means that they would be trying to make money from microtransactions.
This is what happens. They release a game, charge people money for it, and then release it as free to play about 6 to 12 months later.
It's failed.
The same thing happened with Elder Scrolls as well. I stayed away from Elder Scrolls Online when it first came out because I didn't want to pay that much money for it, and then ended up playing it online later on. I think I bought it for like a $5, and then it was free to play at that point. So it was I got to try it out. It wasn't great. Having played Skyrim and Morrowind and Oblivion before that, I was always a big sort of Elder Scrolls fan, but online never really kind of hooked me. So no. I'm quite happy. I would probably play Fallout 76 if it went free to play, but only because it's going free to play.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't even bother.
Just because I've barely, like, this is real bad, but I've barely played any Fallout games, and I have Fallout 3, I would rather play that than attempt to make Fallout 76 work, given I know that no one likes it already.
Oh, that's fair, that's fair.
And I don't play online, so.
Okay, enough of that. Moving on to my favourite story from the gaming world over the last... we've got a new mascot for 2019. Anybody else? You don't know about this, do you, Chaos Monkey? No.
Really.
Okay, so our new mascot is loading. So our new mascot is from Ace Combat 7, and it is the story of one particular character, which is JPEG Dog. So JPEG Dog, if nobody knows about this, so there was one particular mission. And obviously all the characters are beautifully rendered in 3D, and the princess gets off the airplane to be greeted by 2 young Japanese girls, and the princess's lovable pooch is right next to her. Everyone else and everything else within the scene is moving, so it's been animated, but the dog itself is literally just a picture of a dog. It is a JPEG. I'm gonna pop the video on. This is Angriest Pat reacting to finding out that the dog was just a JPEG.
The dog looks so out of place.
But I would,
His
I would,
reaction's amazing.
I would very quickly like to like explain why the dog's in the game.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't know how to
Do you know?
do it.
Did you get the story afterwards?
Yeah, it's the dead dog of the head developer.
So yeah,
It
no.
passed away really recently, so it's like a tribute to the
I feel
dog.
bad for laughing now.
No, but everyone made memes about it, and then they were like, "Oh, it's a dead dog." Oh.
So yeah, basically the dog in question, there he is. He passed away during development actually.
Yeah.
So it was one of the last photographs of that dog before it passed away, and it's lovely and sad, but at the same time, freaking hilarious.
Can I just interrupt for a quick second?
Yeah.
Hi, Sean.
Oh, you're saying hi, Sean.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, because Chaos is saying nice mask. He's saying Chaos nice mask. Yeah. No, that's fair.
The dog, I'm indifferent. I understand it's adorable. It's just JPEG dog. It's cool. I've got no positive or negative feelings towards JPEG dog.
Like the credits, it would just say JPEG dog.
No,
Well,
it's got
there's been a few Photoshop battles online with JPEG Dog now,
wonderful.
some of which I cannot show on our stream as we
Oh,
try
it's
to
that
keep
bad.
things PG-13. But yeah, go search JPEG Dog and see what you can find because some of them are absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, I think we can move on.
I think we can move on.
I have
Anyway,
one more
so-
story and then one tidbit that I forgot about that wasn't really a story, but we can just have a quick
Is it
throwaway.
related to the next story?
No,
or
it's
wasn't
not.
it? This is something else. Okay, anyway, so moving on to Sam's final story. It was that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Netflix has given their quarterly report. They've sent a letter to all of their investors, and what they've basically said is HBO wasn't an issue, Hulu isn't an issue, other streaming services isn't an issue to us financially. The problem is Fortnite. They don't really mean Fortnite. What they're really meaning is gaming is taking away viewership from
Yeah.
Netflix, and it's therefore causing them a problem. Other things within their realm of entertainment, not an issue. Gaming as a subcategory or as a category of entertainment is the issue.
And it's taking over the time that people would be using Netflix instead.
Yeah. Which amounts to Fortnite has grown so much over the last year. So many kids are
You're
using
talking
it.
about the financials.
Last year, PUBG made $1 billion and Fortnite made
was
$2.8 billion.
I think I've read 2.7 on here, but yeah, roughly.
Huh?
I'm in the wrong industry then. Should be
Yeah,
making, like
totally.
battle royales.
So yeah, I mean, according to this article, in the US we earn about 10% of television screen time and less than that of mobile screen time. And that was from their quarterly earnings report. So was it, Fortnite's full year in the market, it managed to surpass 2 million total players over the course of the year. For comparison's sake, Netflix has just hit 139 million paying subscribers.
Yes.
However, that's paying subscribers and multiple people using the same
Yeah.
accounts. That will probably be a lot more.
And not concurrent views.
No, that too.
So like, they have 139 million paid subscribers watching 3,000 shows, where there's 2 million people are playing Fortnite at any one time, arguably. It's just interesting to see that Netflix is clearly looking at these sorts of things, whereas their predecessors, television brands, don't care about streaming services
I
or
think
don't
it comes
consider
off the
them.
back of, so obviously with what we talked about last week with Bandersnatch, and of course the, what was the other interactive streaming game they did on Netflix? It was for,
Can't remember.
I can't remember what TV show it was for now, somebody will probably, Minecraft story, that was it, yeah, so they did a Minecraft interactive,
Really?
what did you name it last week? It was an interactive
I call it an interactive story.
visual story kind of thing.
I call it a visual novel, which
Visual
is
novel,
incorrect.
that's right.
It is an interactive game.
Yeah.
Which
But
is what I should have been using, which is my bad.
Netflix has been doing stuff sort of in that realm, so they've obviously been looking at it and are really heavily focused on the gaming sector and what potential there is for them to actually get into that. So this coming off the back of that isn't really a surprise, to be honest.
Do you think there should be like a Fortnite like interactive like thing that they're gonna do?
I want someone to make a machinima in Fortnite. I think that would actually go down quite well.
See, Machinima went down.
Machinima, the company,
the
yeah.
YouTube thing.
But I'm just
Yeah.
saying machinima, like art style.
Oh, right, okay. But no, YouTube.
Yeah, they
set all the
they
videos to
just took
private?
down all their they privated all
Did
their
you see this?
videos.
So they set all the Machinima videos on YouTube to private, so you can't actually view them anymore. Because Machinima's gone. They were part of an umbrella company, and they're moving off to do a different. I can't remember the name. I think it's Oasis or something like that.
Well,
It's the new name of their.
Most of
their-
the people
Wait,
I
man.
watch on shut up. No one watches it. I mention it way too often, but the channel I watch the most is just ex Machinima subscribers.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Is that hello Michelle's
Michelle's
on?
arm. Hi,
Hello.
Michelle's arm.
Hi.
You just need a pen and paper.
Yeah.
Or are you going to write me a message?
I really.
Oh, okay, cool. Anyway, and that was gaming news.
I have one more
you
thing.
have one more
just
thing? One
just
more
an
thing, Sam?
auxiliary thing. There was a rumor going around this week that EA are cancelling any Star Wars games that they might be making in the future,
I see.
which they have since debunked and said that's not true. We are still making progress on the open world game that we're developing, albeit at a very slow pace, and it's being made a smaller game with less content.
Yeah.
And at the same time, there is a different studio that is making games, a different studio under the umbrella which is making a similar game, but they are not being very forthcoming with details about these games. They're sort of concerned. Most people are concerned about it just on the basis of nothing's really come out. They've got the legal rights to be the only people to manufacture Star Wars games until 2023.
Chaos is just dancing in the background.
Which means if you want a decent game, it's going to take forever. So
Sorry, I'll take my glasses off.
I guess we'll just move on.
Yeah, sorry. EA, I don't have any love or time for EA.
Yeah,
So.
like I fell out with them
Yeah.
after Battlefield, like was it 2? Yeah,
Battlefield 2. Battlefield 2. No,
Yeah.
Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2.
And
Star Wars
I
Battlefront 2.
hated that game.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on from gaming news, it is now time for arcade news.
Arcade news. Do. Arcade news is what we're talking about.
Anyway, moving on. Arcade news. So, yeah, you can throw about 5 minutes at this. So what's happening at Arcade this week, Sam?
God knows. Well, the big thing is Roll With It. Roll With It are coming down on Saturday,
That is a big thing, yeah.
which is going to be
True.
super awesome. For your usual arcade late fee of just £5, from 7 onwards, we not only have 1,000 video games you can play and our normal cast of card games and such, but the Roll With It guys who do events all around Glasgow are coming down with some of their favourite games, including giant fighting robots, and I need people to come. So many people to come so that I can play giant fighting robots. I love it.
Oh, in that case, I would come.
So yeah, Saturday night, this Saturday coming, Rollway. If you've never heard of Rollway before, just do your Google thing, or your Facebook thing, or your Twitter thing, and find Rollway. Rollway it. W-I-apostrophe it. Yeah, no, the guys are sort of big tabletop game specialists. So they're bringing along GKR, they're bringing along Zombicide, and I've forgotten the last one again. I do this every time. It's a Japanese inspired game. It's kind of sort of all about, I think it's an army based, feudal Japan takeover, like kind of Risk style.
Okay.
Taking over parts of Japan and trying to kind of beat everybody else's armies down.
But obviously we would like everyone to come, we would like you to tell your friends to come, because we would love to do so much more with these guys in the future, and we just want to make the first event something to remember. So swing on by, play some games, have some fun, the usual.
If you can't make it on Saturday, Rollway have regular nights through the week. So on Tuesday evening, they are at the Fox and Hound, which is down south side, I think. I can't remember how far. Houston, I think it is.
I can
South of Glasgow. On a Wednesday evening, they do. I think they're still doing Hillhead Book Club in the West End.
Yeah, they've reaffirmed that for this
so you
year.
can catch them just off Byers Road. And I believe, I can't remember if it's a Thursday or a Friday, but they are now back at committee room number 9 in Merchant City. So yeah, so if you can't catch them on Saturday night here, you're more than welcome to drop down to any of those venues and spend some time with Rowan. They will take you through the games, they'll teach you how to play them, show you some really cool stuff, and it's amazing.
In terms of auxiliary events, it's just the usual on Friday night of Arcade Lates. Thursday evening I should say, is our first
evening
Poke
is
Club.
Poke Club! Which I'm very excited about. And yeah, so I need to sneeze. Sam, could you please?
Yeah, I can talk. Poke Club is coming up this Thursday, which is just...
Thank you.
Yes, bless him. It's basically just our opportunity to do all things Pokemon, whether it be the card game, which Andy's grabbing right now, which we've become obsessed with, so come and play us with cards.
I'm so getting obsessed with it. So.
Yeah, sweet. Or the board game, which we've got, or the N64 game,
Actually, you brought it was the
Pokemon
Master Trainer.
But we also have Monopoly, Pokemon Monopoly.
Yeah, we do. Pokemon Monopoly. We have the. Was it 1998?
The game.
The Master Trainer one is
Master
from
Trainer,
Gen 1, so it's it's the original Master Trainer game from 1998.
Also just come down with any of your games if you want to trade with people,
Yeah,
whether
so
that be Gen 1 or if it's Sun and Moon or anything in between, just swing on by. Pokemon Club is fun.
I'm doing so I've got my Game Boy original with yellow, of course, as well. So if you want to trade some Pokemon with Moa,
Pokemon.
please. What?
It's Pokemons.
Pokemons, yeah, come down. Or we've got our Pokestop as well. So
Yeah, we're
Pokemon
Pokemon Go.
You can always hang out and do some trades or do some PvPs, some player versus player battles as well. So that's Thursday from 6 till 8.
It's like
what else
sheep.
is happening? Oh, Wild and Kind are back on the Wednesday. So on Wednesday, we mentioned it last week. Wild and Kind are, and the ladies are doing their craft night, craft club kind of workshop thing. What is this Wednesday? This Wednesday is going to be zines or zines? Zines.
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 Zines?
Zines? Zines or zines, Michelle? Zines or zines? Like magazines. So yeah, you're creating your own little magazines out of cutouts and sort of college work kind of thing. Yeah, that's fine. So Wild and Kind are in with their Wild and Craft on Wednesday evening. It is for people that identify as female only or marginalised genders as well. Yeah, that's correct. So that's Wednesday evening. And Sunday, you know what's happening this Sunday? No? No? This?
Don't expose yourself.
No.
You nerd.
What? We already mentioned Saturday. We worked backwards for some reason. Sam started at Saturday, went to Friday, and then went Thursday.
I went Saturday because Saturday is the most important event this week.
Yeah, this is true. Sunday is Secret Film Society.
Oh yeah! We moved it.
So this Sunday is our Secret Film Society. We are back, and the movie is something I can't advertise online. Why are you giving me that?
Because she's going to plug you.
Yeah, so Sunday is Secret Film Society. If you want to come down, it's anyone who's interested in film, anyone who's interested in cinematography or scripts or anything like that.
Or just want to watch a movie with people.
Or you just want to sit and watch a really cool movie with some really cool people.
In a really cool place.
Or you're offering me some banana to eat. Oh, okay.
Annie just got plugged.
Also, I remember like going to the Arachnophobia one.
Yeah.
I hate Sam for that though.
I didn't do anything. What did I do?
Did.
What did I do? I didn't put that spider in your popcorn.
So, yeah.
So you admit it.
Secret Film Society is this Sunday from 4 till 7. There'll be free
It's
popcorn.
really strong
It's
banana.
£5 per person. Come down. Can I say what movie we're watching?
No. Legally you cannot. But if you're part of our Secret Film Society group on Facebook, you will already know in advance.
Correct.
On top of that, if you come to this month's screening, we take a vote as to what the follow-up movie is going to be the following month.
Absolutely. So if you want your say on what movie we screen on our big screen, then you have to come down this Sunday.
This month is gonna be...
Oh, can't wait. It's a classic.
It's...
Can I give clues then?
No.
Oh, come on.
Just think
It starts with...
fast and it ends with furious.
Oh! It's not
Unless you
Fast
do
and
like
Furious.
Morse code with your eyes.
Morse code in my eyes, okay.
He's having a seizure. Quick! Quick! Somebody help him!
Oh my god, it's that film?
Yeah, anyway, so moving on, that was arcade news. It's time now for the retro feature!
And the return of the biggest competition in the history of the shop.
Yeah, so we're back with this. This is a long-standing competition between Sam and I.
I'm gonna lose as well. Unless you want to play.
I don't
See,
know.
right. So, just I will say it before while it's loading up. The game we're going to be playing is NBA Jam.
And it's going to be really loud, actually. I forgot to turn the volume down.
Oh, it's going to be loud.
Oh
We're
my
sorry.
God.
Everyone
Oh my God.
prepare. It's going to be
Alright.
loud.
Disable
Warning,
sound.
warning.
Oh.
I'm just going to disable the sound. There you go.
Oh. Well, we're going to play some of this, which normally would be fine if it weren't for the fact that I'm playing with this controller and not a Mega Drive controller. So
Excuse me,
no
I'm
idea
playing
what-
with this, my little 8-bit DO controller, so, you know, we're both at disadvantage here.
No.
No? You don't think
No.
so?
Not at all.
Right, you know the buttons?
No.
No?
I do.
So-
It's 4 on this. It's 4 to shoot. And it's 2 to steal.
And 3 to run, I believe.
Yeah, 3 to
Alright,
run.
so this is NBA Jam.
Yes.
This is one of my favourite games from the...
Score a touchdown.
Chaos doesn't
mid to
sport.
late
Chaos doesn't even
heads.
sport gaming.
No, I don't.
Should we enter our initials for record keeping?
No. This game resets itself when you
It
turn it
does.
off.
Fresh start, Sam. Here we go.
I can't see the
So is
screen.
Harlem Globetrotters.
Can't see the screen. Is this too bright for you?
No, I'm just blind.
Oh, okay. I can.
Do you want my glasses?
Does that help?
No,
No.
I'm okay. It's fine.
That probably helps a little.
Should I go? No.
Here we're going. Should I go, my boy, Scotty Pippen?
What?
Those Harlem Globetrotters.
The Harlem Globetrotters is not in this game.
I know.
Deadlift Shrimp is
Patrick
terrible.
Ewing. I love about Patrick Ewing. He's good
Tittle?
on the dunks, but sucks on the 3-pointers.
Oh wait, I always go for this. Yeah.
Oh, you're always going Utah Jazz?
Yeah, I'm always going
For
to
the threes.
For the threes
For
from
the threes!
Stockton.
See, every time I see
Alright, I'm gonna
Cleveland,
go
I
my
just think
boys.
of Cleveland Brown.
Yeah, so no, I used to play this successfully. I have it in the store. I have my original copy from the 90s in the store.
With
And it still has all my high scores on it. So this is really fun.
friends
Oh, look at you, tiny little man! Oh, you got it. Son of a gun. Aha!
Oh my god.
No, no, wrong button.
That's a long two. It's a
Yeah.
miss as well. Come on, come on.
Kobe.
Woohoo!
Oh, actually went in as well. I swear that only went in because
Yeah,
of the
so
lag.
if you fancy coming down to try and beat my high score, good luck with that. Oh,
Yeah, 3
I
points
got
from
it back up.
Stockton. See, so the first time we played this, the only reason I lost is Andy hit a 3-point buzzer beater to win.
This is true. This is true.
He does
Right
just
on
look
the
like a
buzzer.
child though. Like John Stockton. Do you know that story about John Stockton?
No.
So I highly recommend, if anyone is interested, you go on YouTube and watch the documentary about the 1996 Dream Team, the Team USA that went to the Olympics and destroyed everyone. Because there's a bit in that documentary where they're basically on the team bus, and John Stockton's like they're in the middle of traffic. They can't go anywhere because of how many people are in Barcelona for the Olympics. And John Stockton, this like 6 foot tall white guy, and his family just go, yeah, I can't be bothered staying on this bus while we try and get through traffic. So him and his family, his wife and his sons, just get off the bus and start walking through the streets, and no one stops him because he's just a 6 foot white guy. He doesn't look like an NBA star. And so he's just walking down the street, and him and his like kids are just like having fun. He's got a camcorder out, so they've got all this footage from it. And he stops an American woman, and she's got a t-shirt on with the Dream Team on it. And he's like, oh, have you seen them play yet? And she's like, no, we're going on Thursday. And then he says to his son, who do you recognize there? And he goes, that's Dad. And then she freaks out because she realizes she's talking to an NBA superstar, and hadn't registered because he just doesn't look like he plays basketball. That was bad. That was a goaltend.
That was not a goaltend.
It would if this was real basketball.
Scotty Pippen! He's on fire!
I can't score.
Oh, it's the end of the quarter. I might try turning the sound back on. This might be kind of loud though. Should we? Shall we?
I told you don't.
Bad idea.
That was
I
bad.
can turn the laptop down. Here we go. So Andy's a master gamer. Oh, thanks, Scott. Oh no, I'm not playing. You son of a gun. Sam!
Yeah, baby.
Stop stealing your advantage.
Mom!
Sam! Mom, he's not playing here.
He's doing it.
Well, you've done some. That's a hook shot.
Hook shot.
Go for the dunk.
I obviously don't know how
I'm
much
position for the
Japan
dunk.
news you have, but do you want to just play this to half time?
Yeah, we'll just play half time. There we go. That's better. Okay, I'm around, and I'm not controlling anything.
My controller has stopped.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I'm back. You back?
What's happening?
Yeah.
Scotty for the 3. No.
I disagree.
Woohoo!
Tackle somebody.
Wrong spot.
Oh,
So-
sorry. Hit a home run.
Oh, stolen. Stolen.
I love that sound effect for stealing the ball.
Boom. Shakalaka.
Again, I don't believe in emulation, so
I don't believe in emulation.
that's why I'm playing badly.
That's what he said. Woohoo!
But yeah, I very much played the app version of this.
The app version.
Yeah, with like updated rosters and everything.
Oh, I'm on
With
fire.
big
fire.
head mode.
I'm on proper fire. Whoa!
Have you ever seen you might have seen this because you watch Rooster Teeth content.
Yeah.
But the episode of Immersion, which is the show where they try and make video game things happen in real life.
The ball and everything. The ball and fire.
Yeah, they're doing NBA Jam Immersion, so
Yes.
they light a basketball on fire and have to try and play basketball.
Like, was it Gavin and Michael? It was like, oh, Gavin's really bad at basketball.
And then he scores like, yeah.
Oh no.
Oh wow.
Like, the one.
Oh, rejected.
Have you ever seen?
Oh no!
Like the. Oh, what's it called?
Half time. You win.
Okay. We're gonna stop it there.
Yeah, we can stop
No,
it
we've
there.
got plenty of time.
No, we can stop it there. I'm gonna lose very badly if we keep playing.
You're too busy talking.
It's
What's the
okay,
halftime
it's
report? Let's have a look at that.
You can do it, champ.
Man, this game is
That's
way ahead of
Forrest
its
Grant.
time. So good.
That's Scotty Pippen.
That's Scotty. That's my boy.
Dance break.
Sorry, I've not been looking at the chat. What's happening on the chat, Michelle? Show me. You can talk, Michelle. Fight. Emulations aren't real. They don't exist.
My dreams aren't real.
My dreams aren't
Your
real.
dreams are emulations.
Yeah.
Like,
Just-
100% of people that live die, so.
It's like the Matrix, like rip out the core. Well,
Okay, are we calling that?
Yeah, I'm happy to lose there.
Fair enough.
I don't know how much Japan news you've got. So.
I've got about 3 stories, 3
Okay.
Japan stories, but we'll get to that in a minute. So,
Before you start, did you hear that? I don't know where it was, but like apparently like a beautician like company forced all the female like workers to crawl to work.
we're gonna end the jam.
Is that Japan news?
So
I
just
don't
general
know. I
news
can't
anyway.
remember
So
if
yes,
it was
hello.
Japan or
What's up?
the beauty. It was like on Facebook. It was like the beauty thing. Like forced their workers to crawl to work.
Okay.
From wherever they lived, or
I don't know. I don't know how they done it. And like they had the company's like flag, and they were just like basically like
we're dedicated to work.
Yeah, basically, and like the police were like, yeah, you got to stop because like it was just.
That's
Too...
how that should make you come to work.
I have to get on
I
something.
like how you pointed at me.
Yeah.
Huh.
You get to go. This is where we tell you you're hired.
This
I'm
one.
Yeah.
fired and you're hired.
This one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Like yeah. Oh.
We have to swap chairs now anyway. So.
Yeah, we're gonna bring Chaos Monkey into this.
He's
So,
already in here.
Yeah, basically.
introducing our featured streamer.
Man, we're sitting in different chairs. It's like chaos.
Hello, Chaos Monkey.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
This chair's really warm.
This chair's really warm.
I found
Uncomfortably warm. So I'm gonna put your stream on in the background,
Yeah.
and then we'll talk about. You.
Yes.
Thank you. You need to, with the mask on, you need to just be sitting there like doing the Mr. Burn. Yeah.
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 Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Chaos Monkey.
Hello.
Are you going to do director's commentary?
On director's commentary. You're gonna commentate on your own commentary.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, like.
Commentary-ception. So,
like-
no, I have a few questions for you, Chaos.
Oh,
Monkey.
okay.
So we're gonna make this interesting. So, we're gonna try and make it interesting anyway.
I was born in a hospital.
You're
Actually,
born-
a zoo.
Where were you born? You were born in a zoo.
A zoo, yes.
A zoo. I never heard of that hospital.
That's
The
like
zoo hospital.
your response to that is, have you ever seen
I come from Zootopia.
have you seen the video of like a bunch of tennis players being asked how do you eat your strawberries and they're like with cream a la creme and then like they get to Andy Murray, it's like how do you eat your strawberries with my fingers.
What's my fingers? Oh, one of the best British, Scottish British
hot dog
athletes
sausage
ever.
roll.
No, so questions for Chaos Monkey. So, yeah, how long have you been streaming? first of all?
Streaming, I started in like I think 2014.
Yeah, because you were saying July 26th is going to be your 50th.
27th.
27th. Oh, my mistake. It's going to be 5 years of you on YouTube. So.
God, I seem old. Like I started when I was 20, basically, and like how I started was because.
Did you put music on in your
Yes, I
stream?
did actually. I was about to say I put music on, but then you hear the
Oh wait, we've got a question coming in from Pialera.
Ooh.
Mr. Monkey,
Yes.
why do you spell your name that way?
I just wanted to be different. Like the original concept between that, I was supposed to have like a clan basically. So like the Chaos Clan, that's how we called ourselves. So we had a monkey, we had a panther, and we had a koala.
Okay.
And then
Had
yeah.
you watched Kung Fu Panda at any point during this?
No,
fun
actually the
coalition?
weird thing is like in school, everyone had nicknames except for me, so I chose Chaos for myself.
Nice.
No one called me
That's
Chaos.
not how nicknames work.
That's how it-
You don't name
Shut
yourself.
up. Stop ruining
My
everything.
nickname is Storm Dragon.
And then like Monkey was actually because I like the corn guitarist Monkey,
Right.
but I spelled it differently, and that's how I became Chaos Monkey.
Nice.
So like the whole Chaos clan just didn't work within a month. So I was like the last surviving member, and I was like, no, I'm gonna do this.
The last surviving member.
I was the
of
last
Chaos
of my
Clan.
clan.
I would ask,
So
is it
you're
got
like a
anything to do with
Ronin.
Chaos Emeralds or just...
Actually, oddly enough, it did have the weird thing about that, but I was like, I don't want to spell it Chaos. I wanted it to be
You
K.
went with a K,
Yeah.
EOS.
You were dyslexic, isn't it?
It's
That's
actually
fine, it's like me
dyslexic.
spelling my name Andrew with 2 O's instead of EW, to be fair.
I'm the only one here with a normal name.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up, Samantha.
It's, you gotta stick to your Jewish roots, you know, so
Stop.
wouldn't worry about it.
We can't do this every week.
So, no, Chaos. Dude, you need to control your volumes on your videos.
Yeah,
You
oh
didn't realise
wait.
it was that loud?
Yeah,
We're
I
good
remember now.
We're good,
Like
we're good.
my friend was like, your music's too loud. I was like, I don't care. This is a rush product.
No, that's fair, that's fair.
Don't
You're,
admit
you're
that.
quite quiet on your streams as well, I would say.
Yeah, like I get into the gaming like vibe, and I'm just there going.
What? That's
I don't know.
Not even louder.
I would say I do want to know what your music choice is because I'm liking this.
Royalty free jazz,
Ah.
actually.
That's
the
the
name of the
name of
album?
my next jazz band, royalty free jazz.
Yeah, I literally just type in like.
Only
you
for the
know,
common people.
oh, yeah, like this is like supposed to be like common people. No, it's the
Those that
unwashed.
aren't royalty.
It's unwashed.
Sorry,
Please.
you're really not doing yourself favors by referring to your viewers as the unwashed.
Unwashed. Yeah.
He's
Not
8
really, yeah.
subscribers away from 200.
Please subscribe.
Join the unwashed.
Oh
So,
my God.
Is that the name of your fans?
Actually, bad
How,
enough. Like, oh,
how
sorry.
can people find you across the web?
How they find me across the web?
Follow the spike.
Yeah.
Follow the chaos. Really,
Yeah,
that would be the
basically,
advice.
it's actually been pretty tough because like I used to follow like how it started. I watched like Markiplier and I was like, oh my god, he's really good. Jacksepticeye and I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, I added a bone crunch to that bit. So
Nice.
if you heard the,
Yeah,
basically I was like, I want to be like them, but I want to be different. I don't want people to see who I am and everything.
Okay.
Hence the
Hence
mask.
the
and
mask, yeah.
yeah, and basically, like my friend said, oh, it's really easy to do and everything. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll try it. And like, I tried it. And I was like, it's okay. And the first ever gamer capture card I had was the Aver Media. I'm trying to remember. It's like AVER Media, and
Okay.
like it was like a red box. I've still got it as well, like tucked away. Like,
Nice. Little memento.
yeah, and I was like, that's my original baby.
So what are you using now? What kind of hardware are you using now?
Elgato
Elgato HD or
HD.
Elgato HD? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you use any mics or?
I use the Blue Snowball Black Edition.
I think it's one of the it's one of the more common ones.
Really,
Yeah.
really good.
I got rid of mine annoyingly.
Really?
Yeah, I traded it into CEX because I wasn't using it anymore.
Why CX? You could have just plugged it for like.
They're only worth like 20 quid. I thought, I ended up swapping it for some games actually in the library. I think I got some Master System games or some Dreamcast games. I can't remember now.
Yeah.
But I wasn't using it. Ironically, then my son Yoshi decided he wanted to be a streamer and needed the microphone the week after I got rid of it.
Oh.
Typical. And now we're doing this, and I'm having to use a microphone built into the camera at the moment until we get our hardware sorted. So
I have a snowball at home now.
we have a snowball here. Where did it go?
Does this help with volume at all? Can you hear me?
You look like you're gonna eat it, but you don't know if you want to eat it.
Oh yeah, I
Like, you
remember.
just picked it up off the
See
ground
this bit?
and
Like I was like when they just brought the cake through, I was like, oh my god, that's a massive piece of cake.
Sorry, no. Sean McCartney's comes forward saying my was Storm Bongala. I had to be careful. I was reading that there.
Bungalow.
Bongala.
Sounds like bungalow, but like.
Sounds like Uncle Bulgaria. Brian and Wombles fans out there.
Anyway,
God, you're old.
Oh, that's the worry. I've spent the day talking about cartoons from the 70s.
okay. So what you're streaming at the moment? What kind of games? If people find you online, if they go to YouTube or Twitch or anything like that, and they find your stream, what kind of games are you going to be playing?
Right now on YouTube, I'm doing Red Dead Redemption 2 playthrough. I usually stream for like 2 hours. Usually, like I'm doing the YouTube stuff first. As soon as I hit 200 subscribers, I'm gonna go on Twitch.
Right.
Once I reach, is it 50? Like 50 followers.
50 followers on Twitch.
And then, like,
you get. I think you have to hit a few different stats to get affiliate. But,
yeah, and basically like start working on that, and then basically just see how that goes.
You say you started a new series as well?
Yes, Hitman Part 2, which is up. Well, not up right now, but like when I get home, like just go click, right, okay, like that. I'm not joking. That took me like my whole laptop was red hot.
yeah.
Because like it was just on a laptop, like and like at the end it was just burning, and I was like, you could cook an egg on this.
You see that video of people cooking steaks in Australia in their cars?
Yeah, I have
So it was
actually.
that hot.
Yeah, I did see that.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Merry Christmas. But no, like
cool.
there's
I'm
also like a podcast I was featuring in. It's me, my friend Jarbs, and Spectrophobia.
Oh.
So like we started like just saying, hey, we want to do a podcast, like yourselves. But basically, I was like, yeah,
But not as good as us.
no, we talk.
Oh, burn.
I don't care. Like I am a bad
Burn.
like. And like he goes like they had a falling out. I don't know why, because like we were so busy, and I was like, yeah, but I've got work. He's got work. No, it's called the Lazy Boys Podcast. LA.
Snowball hit my ear. Sorry, somebody did just comment in. Gengar commented the snowball hit my ear. I don't know what it's got to do with anything, but there you go.
I mean, that hit my eye.
I did.
Yeah.
Apologies. It's
Yeah,
just
but
chaos in
Andy
here.
hit Michelle with a screw in her ear, so.
This is true. This is
You
true.
screwed me, shit.
No.
Andy screwed Michelle.
Oh.
Stop.
But not like I just stream and like I do get quiet because like most people don't talk and I'm just like okay then I'll just play games, see how I do.
No, that's fair. I find it hard to talk while I'm streaming.
Yeah. Like you get into the gaming zone.
It's a talent. Like as much as people talk badly about streamers and that, it's try it. It's not exactly an easy thing to do. I'm not saying it's like career prospect. It's like it's as hard as hunting fish, but it's like it's not an easy skill to master.
No.
It's quite impressive when you have someone who is very capable.
Sure.
Yeah, my favourite game ever. Lord of the Rings.
Really?
Lord of the Rings
Breath
is
of-
what I said.
Breath of
Lord
the
of the
Wild.
Rings, Breath of the
Breath of the
Fish.
Wild. Yeah, we'll just pretend you didn't say that.
Legend
Legend
of
of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
It's such a good game.
It's good. I've probably only put an hour or 2 hours into it, to be honest,
I
because
put over like 136.
but the problem was I picked it up like, what was it, 2 weeks before we opened R-CADE, so like my concentration wasn't in the right place to be able to play this properly.
No,
so
it was in the right place.
It was in
It
the-
wasn't on playing Legend of Zelda.
no, that's
it was
what I'm
on
saying. It
opening
was in
this
the right
place.
place. It wasn't in the right place for playing this game.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm gutted I didn't really get to put the hours into it that I wanted to.
Yeah.
Because it looks and feels and sounds and it plays amazingly.
Yeah, like this is actually the first ever like Legend of Zelda game I've actually played.
Really?
Yeah, and I've got to say I really enjoyed it. Like I loved sitting there like every time I got home. Like
I was never a Zelda fan growing up. I didn't play any of the originals on NES, SNES, or even N64. I didn't actually play Ocarina until what?
Wow.
I still have to put up with all the
Feel
time.
sorry
No,
for
I didn't
you.
play any of the originals. It wasn't. I didn't get into Zelda until Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Because GameCube became such a big part of my life. I love GameCube so much. And Wind Waker was a phenomenal game. It was divisive at the time in terms of the art style was it split people quite well. But great game, yes, great game. Thanks, Fialera. Does a snowball hurt more than bread when hit on the head?
Depends if you freeze the
Brian, Brian's asking you a question, I think, Sam.
Ooh.
Does a snowball hurt more than
I
bread
was asking you.
when hit on the head?
Andy can't remember what happened.
I have memory loss. I have
Do you know this
short-term
story?
amnesia. Do you know this story? No.
No, we'll tell you later. We'll tell you later.
If you want to know the story,
Come into
you
the
need to
shop.
come down to R-CADE. It's the only way we're ever going to tell
Yeah, I'm afraid.
you.
We'll
So-
tell plenty of stories in here, just not ours. The answer to your question, Brian, is the snowball frozen? I had to burp.
I mean,
part
unless-
way through that
I
sentence.
love the
Is the
rhyme that he puts
snowball
into it though.
frozen?
It's quite poetic. Does a snowball hurt more than bread when hit on the head? It's like a
It's like basically
Yeah,
the Riddler,
we can't
basically
have-
from Batman.
yeah.
You're saying
yeah.
Brian's the Riddler?
Well, he's got a cane, so
No, wait, what?
yeah, he does have a cane.
Oh, he does have a cane.
Yeah, he's got a little
Oh,
like
yeah,
top hat
I
as
can
well.
remember the hat. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember. That was,
he's basically like
that was a
a
good night.
pimp
That was
in
a good fun
training.
night.
What enigma?
What was that?
I
Sorry.
said what enigma?
Oh,
An enigma.
Because the name of the Riddler
yes, I know. It's
is
Edward.
Edward
Nigma.
Which sounds very racist.
Yes. But it wouldn't be a Said Nudes podcast if something really potentially bad has been said.
Just don't say it too quickly. That's all.
Anyway, we do still have a moment of Japan news. So
We do,
Chaos, is
we
there
do.
any additional things you'd like to say?
Yeah, is there anything you wanna shout out to people over there?
Have you got any upcoming
Chaos?
videos or streams coming up that you want to just
You
quickly
wanna do
share?
some pluggings?
Well, the one thing I yeah.
Is there anything you wanna plug? He says, well,
Don't say
showing off
me.
the fancy.
It's a lot of holes. No, I'd probably say like help me to
Mac and
like.
cheese?
I'd say like help me to 200 subscribers and everything, and like
Yeah.
follow me on Twitter, Instagram. No, not Instagram. Sorry, that's personal. I just blurted that out there now. Basically,
Welcome to the life
So
of
you're
streamers.
on. I put on screen. You're on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. Is that right?
yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
Chaos Monkeys are on
brand.
all of those.
Yes.
So go follow, go subscribe, and watch some streaming.
Upcoming video.
When's your
should
next
be-
stream? Yeah.
Next stream is I stream every Thursday.
You stream every Thursday.
At I think 7 p.m.
Okay.
Depending depends what time. Like I'll just say like I'm streaming right now, and
Oh my god! Panic! I pressed the button by accident again. Which I did earlier, actually. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. But
Are you one of those streamers who accidentally turns it on when they're naked?
What?
just to get
You
more
not seen
views.
these stories?
No.
Just when Chaos is strutting about in a bra and panties.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the mask on. Really weird.
Getting ready for
How do
mystery.
you
Getting
wash with
ready
that
for
on?
no,
part of his face.
to answer your questions, actually, I wear thongs.
No.
Oh, okay, thank you,
Okay,
thank you.
moving right along.
Speaking of thongs, Japan news!
Anyway, Chaos, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for
the show. Thank you for being on our
I
podcast.
need a new car.
We're gonna switch you two around now again, I think. So
Do you want to?
it's now time
I'm happy to see
for
it.
Japan.
I guess we're moving. Okay. Transitions. You can't transition in Japan, they won't like
It's time for Japan news. Hello, we're back.
Japan.
So yeah, we've.
Hello, we're back from the break.
We're back from our 2-second break. Sound is good, but video is slow. I know, it's because I was playing YouTube at the same time as I was streaming at my computer's like it's not very happy about that. So apologies. But we're back with some Japan news. There might be some video in this, but we're going to find out in a minute. So I prepared Japan news again. So you get to watch Sam's incredibly surprised face as I put up some really weird.
I actually had some good
wonderful
faces in the
stories.
last one.
You did. I actually watched you more than I watched myself. Wait.
Sam, are you trying to say something that you stream?
No, I just appreciate that I've managed to help Andrew become less conceited.
Less conceited, thanks. Yeah, instead of doing my own reflection all the time. Anyway, yeah, so we've got 10 minutes left, so firing straight into it. Our first story. A rogue mascot causes headaches for a Japanese city. This is actually a story from a while ago, but it's been brought up again. So a few people might recognise this mascot. There's a video online of this mascot in a small room doing like stuff, jumping up and down a trampoline, beating up a boxing sort of apparatus for training, all this kind of weird stuff. But this, so the southern Japanese city of Susaki created a position which was an honorary tourism ambassador for a real-life otter with a large social media following. Okay, it's actually, I think it was an otter which is now extinct, or it's not in that area anymore, and so they wanted to immortalise it with its own mascot.
Why are all of our Japan news stories about dead animals?
So far, so cute.
Right, okay, can I just say thumbnail just looks horrifying, like
Yeah.
it's
Hello.
right?
So this is
He's getting bugged.
this is Chiitan, and it's an unsanctioned mascot based on the same otter that the city made their official mascot.
Okay.
Yeah, there were I think it was 100. Double check this. Yeah, there was 100 phone calls from all around Japan about Chiitan's behaviour around the city. For example, this little tidbit from Twitter.
Nope.
This
you're
is
not
from
the
late
same.
last year. No, it's just loading the video. Give it a second.
Hey, you just got a new subscriber.
Just imagine golf swing. Oh no!
That is on. That is actually
Yeah,
on. Yeah. Yeah.
just
So this
reminds me
mascot's
of,
been
like-
causing. It's just a respect thing. This is my personal favourite. Chiitan just pushing over an entire car,
To be honest.
or trying to at least.
All right, Braun Strowman.
Chiitan.
Oh.
Ah!
Oh.
Nice,
The
nice.
next bit.
Oh no! What have I done?
Oh, my mom's gonna be peed out.
So 100 phone calls about this one mascot causing absolute havoc. If anybody doesn't, I'm not gonna do that one actually. If anyone hasn't seen Chiitan, then go search online and you'll find some really funny stuff.
All right.
Anyway,
What else?
Can't handle this guy.
I'm becoming less
moving
and
on.
less interested in going
because
to
we're running
Japan.
out of time. My second story, Sam. The world's oldest man.
No.
This is becoming a running theme. The world's oldest man in Japan, aged 113, has passed away.
Was he from Japan or did he
He's
just
from
die
Japan.
No, he just got there and just went, yep, I'm 100.
there? This is where I die.
So a lot of I don't know why this keeps happening, but every time I look up Japan, A lot of the oldest stuff in the world keeps
That's
dying.
because Japan takes good care of its citizens and they have good health
care.
care.
Everything. I think that's just the
They
Japanese.
have. Did you know
ethos.
this is from like 2 years ago? But there's like they've got robot that goes back to our robot hotel. They have a robot nursing home for old people.
Robots are stressed
Oh, I
now.
thought you meant for like old robots.
No,
It's just
Oh
there
my.
Wow.
Some
like
old
dial-up
robots.
tones. You
or do we send all the Macs?
Yeah.
Oh,
They
that's
go
a
like that. We
shame.
need to put them down. Like just hold them back.
Well, again, as we learned earlier today, 100% of all people alive die. So
It's true. So, yeah, he passed away peacefully in his home.
Sorry, don't know that.
Of the hot spring inn. So it's an inn where there's some hot springs that you can visit and bathe and enjoy the refreshing steam of the hot.
I personally am sexually attracted to slinkies, but
Um,
some hot springs.
So yeah, he was certified as the world's oldest living man last April when he was 112 years old and 259 days.
Nobody beat him.
Not yet. I mean, time may tell. Oh, okay. Never mind.
I like how seriously you look there, Andy. Like time will
Look at his
tell.
wee face.
He has no teeth left.
Masanzo
No, you don't say.
Nonaka. Rest in peace.
Non-teeth
good
either.
man.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Thank you.
Sorry for laughing.
for living so long and for giving us this news story. Anyway.
Thank you for filling 5 minutes.
I know, for only 5 minutes. I don't actually have any more Japanese. I do have one more Japanese news story. So,
7-Eleven. No.
There was a 39-year-old man was arrested for selling customized anime.
Anime figures.
Sorry, in Japan.
Don't scroll.
No, they're not dirty. They're okay.
Yeah, they-
Well,
did you just
they
say
might
they're
be,
not
but I don't have
gay?
any proper
There's
pictures
some
of it.
tentacles inside.
What did you say
them.
there? Did you say they're not dirty, they're not gay?
No, I don't have any pictures of it. I
No,
didn't say.
before. Never mind.
I didn't. I just said they're not dirty.
Okay.
That's all I said. Anyway, yeah, 39-year-old man from the Ibaraki prefecture was arrested for allegedly, this hasn't been proven, customizing and selling unauthorized customized anime figures.
Hold on, where was it going?
Apparently, apparently there was sorry, there was raids, police raids, looking for unauthorized anime
I
figures.
just imagine the whole.
It's incredible. Like in Glasgow, would be a raid on some sort of
Drugs.
drugs,
Barbie
basically.
dolls
drugs or
being-
weapons usually.
Yeah.
But in Japan, it's unauthorized anime figures. We can't be having that. Can't be having that on the street. Which just makes me fall in
Just
love
the
with
whole-
Japan even more. Apparently, they were discovered during a cyber patrol.
A what?
A cyber patrol.
You know, some people say Japan's in the future. I agree.
Cyber Patrol. What? Is there going to be cyber
If
battle?
Wait,
if
wait.
That's the worst news. I want to move to Japan.
Has someone invented VR troopers finally? Do VR troopers exist? Why am I being shown a snake with a snake on top?
Excuse me.
Oh, it's a Robin Hood hat. Oh!
Oh my god! If
Oh
it was
no,
a-
that's not. I was thinking
no,
it was.
No, actually, no. The suspect confessed to the charges, admitting to selling the figure to make ends meet.
Oh.
The most amazing thing about it is, though, do you know how much the figure sold for?
$3.
$27.
I've come up with our theme tune.
Well, no, apparently he had thousands of figures in this house, and they were investigating questionable deposits totaling around $77,000. So there's some
Wow.
heft to it. There's a lot of money from just making.
At least we know where
unauthorized.
Wish gets their stock
Is
from.
this a licensing thing? we don't condone or advertise Wish at all. Anyway,
I did send some things
I
back
think
there.
I think that's it. That's all I've got.
I have come up with a theme tune based on the
Oh, no.
snake wearing a hat that Michelle just showed me.
Oh, no.
Snake.
We could just take the Robin Hood and Little John song and change it. You know, Robin Hood and Little John run through the forest. You lady, golly, what a day.
I do. Yeah, the one from the movie.
Yeah.
From the Disney movie.
Sam and Andrew sitting at a table and they're talking all day. And that's just off the spot.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so thanks for
Why am I
having
not
me.
recording? Yeah, no. We might as well just wrap this up. We started late and we're finishing early.
You're welcome, Internet.
That's not going to be on there forever.
I promise I will
Just
work on the
that
lag and I will fix things for next month or next week, next month.
Yeah, we've changed the podcast. It's once a month.
But yeah, thanks for Thanks for checking in.
Thanks again to Chaos for
Thanks
coming on the show.
Thanks,
Thanks
Chaos
for
Monkey.
having me.
We have limited reach, but as you said, you've already gained 1 subscriber.
Yes,
I'm sure
I'm
you'll gain a few more.
192.
Michelle,
93
Michelle's
subscribers.
giving me a napkin with some words on it.
Thanks, guys.
No, okay, no, that's a valid point, Michelle. Thank you. It wasn't what? Did you think it was like a dirty picture or something?
No.
it's
It's
just
the
a
words.
face.
Ask what people want.
Oh.
That's good life advice. I think we should always ask what people want rather than what you want.
Actually, here's
It's true.
a question. What do you want to happen in 2019?
We're not doing that.
Wow.
We're not there yet. Nudes. Do people want nudes? You can't see. It's too white. There's too much light. Here,
It's
here,
too
here.
white.
I'm too white
Here
about
you
it.
I got racist real fast.
Privacy.
What do we want to happen in 2019? Are you talking shop wise or personal life wise?
Like just any.
Podcast wise.
Podcast wise, I want to get some more guests. I think it's cool having guests.
Cool.
I want
If
to.
you, yeah, no, if you're interested in featuring on the show, just like Chaos over here.
Hi.
If you're interested in being on our podcast, then give us an email or a message through social media. We will try our best to reply.
But even in that, if you just come down to the shop
make
on a
it?
Tuesday, if you come down on a Tuesday, the podcast is on.
Oh,
you
yeah,
can be
totally.
featured.
You
We've had
can,
arguments about Pringles with customers before.
This is true. If you
It's
want
also-
to be in the background, just come down to Arcade on Tuesday night.
It's also Player Tuesdays, so if you buy any game time, your friend gets game time for free,
God, yeah, I keep forgetting about that.
which is
offer.
cool.
So yeah,
Um,
Player
What if
Tuesdays.
you don't have any friends?
Then
Well-
find a random hobo
You want to come,
who
Steve?
isn't very good at gaming and will make you look good. Just be sure to check that, because if you get a hobo that is good at gaming, you're just going to embarrass yourself.
It's really
It's
weird.
just Hideo Kojima.
I don't think he's good at gaming. He's just good at making games.
I find it funny when people say Hideo.
Hideo, isn't it?
It's Hideo.
Hideo.
Yeah.
Hideo just
But
sounds
that
like
it makes me think. It makes me think his nickname's like Hideous Kojima.
No, his nickname is Ojama. No,
No,
not
I thought,
Kojima.
I thought his nickname was Banana in Pajamas.
No, there's someone. Who was it? Because the Ojamas in Yu-Gi-Oh are based after a famous Japanese game designer. For some reason, I think it's Kojima.
Yeah.
But
I'm
maybe
reading
someone
about
else.
Yu-Gi-Oh actually. So.
Were you? You getting into it?
Interesting.
We're gonna do
If you break
Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh?
down, Yu-Gi and it's part of it's supposed to. I think part of it's supposed to mean friendship.
Yeah.
If that's right.
Sure.
As well, yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Interesting. Anyway, that's us for this week. Everyone say bye.
I want to be
Bye.
successful in 2019.
Subscribe to Chaos Monkey.
Bye. Subscribe to him.
Yay.
And if you aren't going to subscribe to him, we don't care. We're just going to have to.
Deal with it. They're so squint. Bye.
I know, my ears are covered by a hat.
Cheerio.
I like Cheerios. Are we off the internet?
Yeah.
Now I can go back to being meek and mild.
Too much video in that stream and it's lagged. With,
Yeah.
I'm
I
going to
mean,
go back
it's
to the stream
lagging
now.
because you're showing the video from the internet. But it's as if you downloaded something.
Oh, Ian,